Sunrise Extra on a Wednesday, and this Wednesday, November
The 3rd.
is National Sandwich Day,
Yes.
and we have something very special for you. So one of the best sandwich spots in the city is Lardo.
Absolutely.
And we have photographer Eric there at the Southeast Hawthorne location of Lardo with chef and owner Rick Gencarelli. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for waking up with us early. You guys have been cooking up some sandwich. Well, Eric hasn't. Rick has been cooking up his famous sandwiches. Rick, thanks for joining us. Tell people about Lardo,
thanks for having me.
The type of things on your menu and what kinds of food you love to kind of serve people at Lardo.
Oh man, so one of our sandwiches, it all started as kind of an Italian sandwich food cart back in 2010, and then it's evolved into lots of different things. We have a banh mi and a Korean pork shoulder. We sort of have like Portland sort of kind of guided a lot of the decisions to, for the menu over the last 9.5 years. So now we have just kind of a mixed bag of stuff. But this one in front of me is my favorite, and this has been on the menu since the food cart days. And
Will
this
you
is
shove that towards the camera so we can see it closer while you talk about it?
Pickled peppers.
One more time, Rick, from the top. Describe the sandwich for us.
Yeah, so it's griddled mortadella, which is basically an Italian cold cut, very similar to bologna, but way better, with provolone cheese and pickled peppers, a little mustard mayo, some shredded romaine lettuce, and that's one of the classics.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Eric's eating this month's Chef which is our rotating special every month for a nonprofit. This month it's Darren Bottinelli from Botto's Barbecue, and that's a Thanksgiving, his version of a Thanksgiving sandwich: smoked turkey, cheddar stuffing, a little turkey neck gravy, and it's a little seasonal special, and the proceeds from that are going to benefit Children's Cancer Association.
Oh wow,
Oh,
CCA,
that's awesome.
very cool.
Yeah,
Brenda has a
nonprofit.
question for you, Chef Rick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious, for those who haven't been to your restaurant, I want to know a little bit about your background. Did you always know that you wanted to be a chef, or how did you actually get to where you are now?
Well, I never thought that I would be a sandwich guy, but it happened, and I'm really glad that it did. I spent my career as a chef in different cities as a fine dining guy. Graduated from Culinary Institute in New York when I was younger. Moved to Boston and Connecticut and New York City. Spent a little time in San Francisco, and then my family and we ended up in Portland 12 years ago, and didn't really have an idea what I wanted to do, but the food cart scene back in 2009 was exploding here, so I jumped on the bandwagon and opened up a sandwich cart. 2 years later, I opened up Lardo Hawthorne, and then that's how it all started. Yeah, now with 3 locations in Portland and another one in Las Vegas at the Cosmopolitan. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a little crazy, and that's
we do
that's my
this
story.
To say the least, it's been crazy.
Yeah.
We do this Sunrise Extra deal every day online after our Sunrise TV show. So we hang out with our viewers for about 20 minutes. One of the things we wanted to do today, in addition to highlighting your sandwich shop, we wanted to find out from our viewers what are their favorite sandwich shops in their neck of the woods. Because we have people watching right now in Southwest Washington, along the Oregon coast, Central Oregon, Panama. We actually have a viewer watching in Panama right now. So we want to spread the love a little bit and find out where some of the other great sandwich shops in the area are. So while Brenda's looking for that and Nina's looking for that, I do have one more question for you, Chef Rick. You mentioned that
Yes.
Portland food cart scene, and I've been thinking about this for a while. When you had your cart in 2010, the scene was really, like you said, exploding back then. Is it safe to say that we have dialed back food carts tremendously in the city, or are we just not talking about them as much as we used to?
I think a little bit of both. I think that 2009 was absolutely like the sort of the tipping point, and then when I got out, in 2000 and it was 2010 I opened it up. So 2012, there was such sort of a bit of an attrition going on because I think it got a little saturated. And now, no, I think you're right. We aren't talking about it as much because it's just not as much of a novelty. It's just part of our culture. And now, I think back when I opened up the food cart, it was, being a pedigreed chef in a food cart was part of the story that people really liked about Lardo, and it was a departure. And now, so many chefs have taken that road. It's less expensive, it's less risk, it's a way to have a balance of life, and so I think that I think you're right on both counts. There's still great food carts out there doing amazing stuff, but yeah, they're not in the numbers that there used to be, and certainly not getting the amount of attention that they were back then. So
Sure. Do you guys have favorite spots around town? What's your? Do you have any?
I want to say first off, I don't want to avoid your question, but I haven't been. I'm the one on the desk that hasn't been to Lardo's, and I'm wondering if we can bring our guest back up. I know, I'm embarrassed.
He's calling it Lardo's.
I wouldn't. What is it? No S. Oh, Lardo, just Lardo. I apologize. I haven't been to Lardo. That's a
it
Rob
happens
thing.
all the time. All the time.
Give
You're
me a
forgiven.
couple of sides that you specialize. Some side dishes to go with my sandwich, sir. That I should also check out.
Oh yeah, so the obvious one is the fries. We punch our own fries, and we've been doing it since the beginning, even when I was on a cart. Kennebec potatoes, hand punched and blanched, and then cooked again to order. Parmesan cheese, fried sage, fried rosemary. So
wow.
that's the obvious one, and the one that we sell the most of. But we also have we do fried pig's ears, and we do hush puppies, and we kind of have a rotating little assortment of sides. We're going to introduce a salad again soon. We're sort of rebuilding our menu, coming out of the lean years of COVID,
Right.
and now we're kind of getting back to our full strength.
Yeah, your
with,
kale salad is one of my favorites.
Lots of
Yummy. One of our regulars, Willie
Yeah.
Huey, on our stream says, I moved here from New York. I'm an expert. All the rest of you don't know what's up. Best cold deli sandwich is the Godfather at Baker's Mark. Best, you gotta check this out, is the Nashville Hot at Lardo.
The
Don't
Nashville
order
Hot.
it though, he jokes. It's sold out. So Rick, what is the Lardo,
chicken?
the Nashville Hot?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, it's our version of a Nashville hot fried chicken, which became like crazy popular over the last few years, with places like Hattie B's and other places doing it. And this is sort of our sort of non-authentic version of it, but it's one that we won Best Sandwich at Feast a few years back at their Sandwich Invitational. So then we decided to put it on our menu, and now it's sort of it's become an instant classic. But
Man,
it's,
I missed that event.
It's breaded fried chicken with hot honey, pickles, mayo, onions. It's pretty straightforward, but very delicious. A little bit spicy, and I don't think it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
We just heard from that viewer by the name of Willie Huey. He's a regular on the show, Rick. He also wanted to say thank you for opening up the Lake Oswego location, which I know you did a few months back this year. How is that spot treating you there in Lake O?
It's going very well. Thank you, Willie, for being a customer. Appreciate it. We love being out there, and it's a lot of fun to be part of this sort of collaborative, multi-concept space, and it's just a great collection of places to eat, from fast casual sandwiches, grassa for fast casual pasta, and then you've got your fine dining St. Jack location out there. And you've got Tasty, the rebirth of Tasty, and you've got
Shaker.
delicious donuts from Phil's. It's just and then there's Orange Theory, so you can work it all up.
The heck with that.
Don't send me there after I eat. Okay, Jennifer Taft, another one of our regulars, has a suggestion. She says try New Season's Deli Turkey and their Mandarin Cranberry Jelly Bacon. Yummy. I work at New Season's corporate office, and I'm now addicted to yuppie chicken.
My wife is a sandwich eater, and I I love that about her. And I learned early on with my wife, you put turkey and cranberry sauce on a sandwich, she's all in.
It's money. Yeah,
Cream
really
cheese.
She's all in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another question for you real quick, Rick, while we have it. Actually, can I ask a question of Eric? Because, I mean, the man is handsome, no doubt about it. Our viewers can see that for themselves this morning, but he's just sitting there, just kind of looking handsome right now. So I thought we should hear from Eric. Eric,
Say something.
you're the only one eating during this segment. So,
Taking a
I
break.
just want to say, I want to thank Rick for opening up this location at 4 a.m. this morning.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
a trooper this guy is.
Yeah, made for
He's
good TV
amazing.
for
His
sure.
stuff, every single thing on the menu is good. I haven't been through it all, but the ones that I haven't sampled yet, I'm sure are great. But I just want to know one thing. Do I still get a lunch break later today?
Yeah, you're working. You're on the clock,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
if you can handle it. Did you have a favorite sandwich from this morning? Because I know Chef Rick made you a few, Eric. So of the sandwiches he
yeah.
made you, is there one that you enjoyed the most this morning, Mr. Camera Eric?
The one I'm eating right now with the turkey neck gravy,
the chef witch, yeah.
the chef witch, awesome.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, I know Rod Hill is a big McDonald fan, or is
Yeah.
it McDonald's?
Yes, he is. Have you
Yes.
heard of that one, Rick? McDonald's? They have a few locations
Yes.
locally.
The hash brown and the fries, Rod would switch teams.
Ooh, to the fries. Yeah. I like
Make
the way
Rod
you
a
describe
believer.
the
100%.
Can I ask one more question since we're on the topic of McDonald's? Rick, you've got that breakfast sandwich on your menu. You call it the Egg Rick Muffin.
Yeah, it sounds
How
like
the heck do you get away with
Yeah.
that without those big boys from
Yes.
McDonald's giving you a hard time?
Yeah.
Well, we're year after year we're hoping for that cease and desist, but it just hasn't happened yet. I think it'll put us on the map, nationally once we get that letter from the lawyers. But
Well, he's got some pretty big lawyers too, so.
We're not going to say a word, Rick. We're not
We're
going to
hoping
say
to-
a word.
we're hoping to ruffle some feathers over at the Golden Arches. But so far we're not a big enough fish.
Okay. The Egg Rick Muffin. Check it out, guys. for
Gotta
sure.
love it. Christy Shirk
Yes.
on the stream, also giving a local shout out. She says Spoken Steve's in Tillamook has great tri-tip and pulled pork. In the same area, Nana Papa has some good hamburgers.
Rick, I went back to my Instagram from September of 2019 because I have one of your chef witches burned into my memory. And I wrote, hands down, probably the best sandwich I have ever eaten. It was the one that you did with Naomi Pomeroy. It was fried green tomatoes, shaved steak, chimichurri, pimento Tillamook cheddar cheese. It was freaking awesome.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, I know. I found
Yeah,
a
I
picture
remember
of
that
it.
one.
Oh my God, it was so good.
I might have to steal that one from
Resurrect
Naomi
it.
and bring it back.
I
now
know.
that
I
you
said
mention
you
it.
need to make this a permanent menu item. Also, the one you recently did, I think it was over the summer, with Gabriel Pascuzzi from another great sandwich competitor, Stacked Sandwiches, also on Top Chef
Yeah.
Portland. You guys did the Dungeness crab. What else was on there? Green sauce.
Oh man! So there was green curry.
Yes.
There was togarashi and furikake. It was sort of like this east
It's
meets
like a
west.
spicy crab. Yeah, it was
What is
kind of
that?
cool, like butter lettuce on the top, on like almost a brioche.
to
It
talk.
was, I mean, incredible.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really fantastic. He
Oh, go ahead,
he
Rick.
really
Sorry.
wanted to. We've never done. We very rarely, with the exception of doing like lobster rolls and kind of special events.
Like a seafood.
We don't have a price point where we can put a $25 crab sandwich on our menu, but we
Yeah.
did, and it was awesome because we learned that. People in Oregon will pay anything for they don't
Dungeness
really care
crab.
if it's Dungeness crab. They know the value of it and they love it so much that they don't flinch at a high
That thing
ticket
was
price
thick.
for a sandwich like that. So
Yeah, I remember.
and it was really fun working with him. And it was right after he had finished doing Top Chef. So yeah, it's part of the chef witch that I love. Is meeting these chefs and hearing their stories and getting to know them and sort of widening the circle of friends because
Yeah.
I think that Portland is just so great like that, So the chefs are so accessible and so eager to collaborate. So
Can I
I
say
love being a part
two
of it.
other kind of I mean, these are not gourmet places by any means, but one has been around forever, the
Yes.
Taste Tickler
Huh.
on Northeast Broadway. Rick maybe knows it. It is family owned, and they make sub sandwiches. They do also like chicken teriyaki, but all kinds of, you know, like hoagie style sandwiches.
Nice.
That place is really
yeah,
good.
I love it.
Yeah, Taste Tickler is
I
awesome.
love Taste Tickler, and I was there for the first time. I'm embarrassed to say that I only made it there for the first time a couple of months ago.
Oh, wow.
And I got the T-shirt and a couple of
Nice.
sandwiches. I was a total tourist in my own town, and I
kinda
really
fun
loved
doing
it.
that.
And I
Yeah.
will definitely go back.
And there is a little spot hidden in Hollywood, in the Hollywood district, in the 42nd Street station, which is the most random little indoor tiny mall. It has like a post office and a salon and some other little shop, and it's called Aunt Tilly's Deli.
Okay.
And they make, I mean, like your grandma would make a sandwich on perfect white bread, and they cut it on the diagonal with shredded iceberg and all kinds, you know, like all kinds of sandwiches that they have with the newspaper there and like the little homey tables, and it is, I love it. But it is like that turkey, bacon, cream cheese, avocado on sourdough is what I get every time. It's so
I
good.
love it. So you do a lot of collaborations, Rick, but you have such interesting ingredients. How do you actually come up with the types of sandwiches that you're going to make? Where do you get your inspiration?
Oh, wow, look at that.
Well, I think you know, from so many years of being a chef, I just kind of approach the sandwich as I would an entree or an appetizer. It's all about balance of flavor and mixes of textures and crunch and cold and hot and creamy, and I don't know. I just I'm always thinking about it, and I'm always trying to add new stuff to it, to the menu. There were a handful of sandwich shops when I started in 2000. Well, when the brick and mortar started in 2010. Now that has, I don't know, quadrupled, maybe even more. So that it's getting fierce out there for a sandwich guy. So I got to wake up, you know, early in the morning. Maybe not this early, but I gotta stay on my grind and keep it fresh, keep it fun, and that's part of the, you know, for me, the Chef Witch keeps me getting inspired by other chefs, and then, you know, I take some time to go around and eat sandwiches and scroll through Instagram too. So my mind is kind of always on sandwiches and pasta and other things too. But
Yes, Grassa, his
I never
other
want.
spot
I guess
is
I
so
never
good.
want people to come in and feel bored.
Well, our viewers are chiming in this morning. First off, I want to mention Dan Stoppenhagen, because Dan says, Rick, every sando from Lardo is amazing. He says all of them. So Dan is a big fan of what you're doing there. And we asked our viewers to chime in with some other spots around the area. So we're hearing from Salem. I don't know if we mentioned this original comment. I'll mention it again, even though. Shout out to Wild Pear in downtown Salem. We're hearing that this is the best BLT ever there. And Connie Staub Miller says, yes, I agree with that. Great restaurant there in downtown Salem. Two more. One in Bend, Hogan's Hoagies. You're familiar with this, Nina? You spent some time in Bend. Hogan's Hoagies in Bend, getting a shout out this morning. And then in Vancouver, City Sandwich. City Sandwich in downtown Vancouver, we're told, is amazing. That's Chris Mitchell chiming in with that. One more piece of love for a place in Vancouver. And I think I've told you before, Rick, I'm from Philadelphia. That city is synonymous with a sandwich called the cheesesteak.
Yeah.
And there is a place in Vancouver that I think does a knockout job with the cheesesteak, and it is just like kind of buried into a strip mall. This little shop, it's called Philly Bilmos. I have no idea what the heck Bilmos even means. Bilmos. But the man makes a really good cheesesteak.
Do they have a cheesesteak?
Never heard of it.
Do you have a cheesesteak on your menu? Do we have
I
a cheesesteak?
did up until very recently. We were calling it the 215, the area code of Philly.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool.
And I thought it was great, you know. But I think what we're going to do is bring. We've had a lot of requests for our OG cheesesteak. We called it the Bronx Bomber.
Okay.
Kind of an Italian version. It
Yep.
had salami on it and provolone cheese, and I think that will be coming back pretty soon because there's people out there that want to see it. I want to see it.
The Bronx Bomber.
Hey, I want to ask you about what you can about Bluto's, your new Greek-inspired restaurant that's coming this month.
I like Greek.
Oh yeah, thank you for asking. Bluto's is going to be sort of, our version of Greek sort of street food, wood-fired souvlaki. Ground lamb and chicken, all on a wood-fired grill on skewers, and fresh-made laffa bread on a flat-top griddle. It's going to be counter service, much like Lardo and Grassa, so we're not straying too far from the concept, but all the flavors that I've loved for so many years and have had an opportunity to cook in a little bit in Boston when I worked there. So should be opening. We're looking at an early December opening, and it's at 29th in Belmont. It's the old Akanto space. We're going to be doing soft serve Greek yogurt with a tahini magic shell. And delicious hummus and fried eggplant and just fun, delicious stuff. I'm super excited.
Sounds awesome.
I don't, with the exception of meeting Eric here to make sandwiches, I don't honestly get to cook as often as I like. And Bluto's is going to bring me back.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Wind back the clock a little to a time when I was really in there doing it and cooking every day, working on the line and developing the menu and building a team. I'm hoping that my old body can meet the challenge of it.
Invite
but
us
I'm
back into
super
the
excited.
kitchen when you guys open. We would love to see
Doing all
it.
right.
Yeah.
Congrats. Opening a restaurant in a pandemic, at the end of a pandemic, it's gutsy, but we know you're going to be successful. You just make fantastic food. So
Gutsy. Yeah, it's definitely gutsy.
that was my TV
but
version
it's-
of the
yeah,
word
it's
I could say.
We can actually say worse online, but we're not going to go there,
Stupid.
Rick.
Maybe
Gutsy,
it's stupid.
I know.
We are going to thank you this morning, though. We're going to end the conversation right there. You
Thank
deserve a
you.
big plug for
Yeah,
us,
thank
from
you
us,
so
for
much.
opening up the shop at 4:30 this morning. So
Thank you for
got
feeding
Lardo,
Eric.
he's got Grassa, and now he has Bluto's coming our way as well. Chef Rick and Eric Patterson, our
Rick.
photographer
Yeah.
and cameraman. Good work by both
Thank
of
you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks so much.